Good evening, everyone. I am Vlad here at a very noisy Pepsi Center. It is Monday, April 16th, 2018. The Colorado Avalanche welcoming in the Nashville Predators for Game 3 of the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. You can hear it. Listen. Those are the sounds of some very happy people. As the Avalanche emerge victorious over the Nashville Predators, winning by a score of 5-3, taking their first playoff victory since Game 5 of the 2014 first round playoffs against Minnesota. And boy, does it feel good. How did they get there? Let's go ahead and dive in. From the opening buzzer to the final horn, that crowd was in it. There was very little downtime for this crowd. They were in it. They were just ready to cheer their hearts out. And Blake Como gave them something to cheer about with under 2 minutes passed in the first period, giving the Avalanche the all-important first goal of the game and the 1-0 lead. Carl Soderberg and Matt Nieto would get the assists on the play. Gabriel Bourque would add to the Avs' lead at 13-24, scoring his second goal of the postseason. Patrick Nemeth and JT Compher would get the assists on the play. And Nathan MacKinnon would cap the scoring for the Avs in the first period with his second goal of the postseason. The captain, Gabe Landeskog, getting the assist on the play at 18:07. Avs head to the locker room for the first intermission with a score of 3-0, their first multi-goal lead of the series. The third consecutive game they score the first goal, and a flat-out dominating performance for the first period for the home team. Second period would pick up almost essentially right where the Avs left off. More solid play throughout the rink. Nathan MacKinnon would score his second goal of the game. Landeskog and Rantanen would get the assist on the play. The Avs had a 4-0 lead at that point. And then Nashville started to decide that they wanted to claw their way into it and make it a little interesting. With the Avs being assessed for two simultaneous penalties to Patrick Nemeth and to Nikita Zadorov, the Avs would have a 5-on-3 penalty kill. Unfortunately, they did not kill both, but they did get one. So Ryan Johansson would score on the Avs penalty kill, giving Nashville their first goal of the game, and the Avs would take a 4-1 lead into the second intermission. And we've seen this kind of third period from the Avs before, and unfortunately we've saw it all too often, and it gave the Preds a little bit more life. Colton Sissons would get the second Nashville goal at 7:12. So at that point, the Avs started to sit back in their own zone, unfortunately, and they really ceded a lot of ice to the Preds at that point. The Avs iced the puck quite a bit during the third period, but the deficit remained 2 goals until the Preds pulled their goaltender. They actually made a goaltending change. They yanked Pecorine after the fourth goal, and UC Saros came in to finish the game. But they pulled him at that point with a couple of minutes remaining in the third. But Gabe Landeskog would end up getting hauled down while making a break for the empty net. The Avs are awarded a goal because it essentially was just a blatant penalty. Refs gave the Avs a 5-2 lead at that point. And seconds later, quite literally seconds later, the Preds would score with the 6-on-5, and the final score would be Avalanche 5, Nashville 3. Shots on goal for tonight. The Avs outshot the Predators by a total of 34-32, although if you saw the third period, it felt like the Avs were getting outshot quite a bit, and they were, because the Preds outshot them 14-8 for the period. Contrast it with the first period, where the Avs outshot Nashville 11-6. The second was a little more even. The Avs outshot the Preds 15-12. Your 3 stars of the game: your third star, Blake Como; second star, the captain, Gabe Landeskog; and your first star of the game, Nathan MacKinnon. The Avs made a huge statement in tonight's contest. There's a lot to love about this game that they played. They came out flying on all cylinders for that first period and really put Nashville on their heels, established a lot of dominance in their play, and put the Predators on notice, saying that this is our home ice and we're going to defend it. And they did. Was it a full 60 minutes? No, it wasn't, because the Avs did not play up to par for the first 2 periods. They did not play the third period up comparatively to the first 2 periods. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's one thing they really need to clean up for Game 4. Another thing they really need to start doing is staying out of the post-whistle scrums. That's where a few of the penalties were assessed against them, especially that 2-man advantage that I talked about earlier. So a couple of adjustments that the Avs can make before Game 4 on Wednesday. And it's apparent that the Predators will most likely want a better start for themselves coming up on Wednesday. But if the Avs end up going back to Nashville for Game 5 with a series knotted at 2 games apiece, that can only be a positive. Especially, again, that the Avs are considered the series underdogs, and many people thought it would be Preds in 5, and that still could possibly happen, but it sure won't be Preds in 4. So people who are predicting a series sweep, well, everybody has a prediction, and those predictions, unfortunately for you, were wrong. So Avs definitely earned their win tonight, and lots of great things happened. The crowd was stellar, and not much more to say other than that. So I could go on about the penalties, but we've kind of beaten that into a bloody mess, especially after Game 2. It's the postseason, so calls are going to get overlooked. They're going to get missed. Refs will put their whistles in the pockets. So that's not exactly breaking news there. So great effort tonight from the home team. A very solid effort. Again, the Avs making great use of home ice, and they'll get another chance to do it coming up on Wednesday night against these same Nashville Predators. Start time for that series is 8 p.m. That game will be broadcast on NBCSN and the other regional networks, such as Altitude here in Denver. So the Avs have made a series. So no need to settle in for an elimination game coming up on Wednesday. We've got ourselves a bona fide playoff tilt. And a very real possibility, based on how the Avs played tonight, that they can tie this series. They've already proven that they can skate with Nashville. They've proven that they can take the first goal of the game. If they play again tonight, and they can do it for a full 60, this series will head back to Nashville at 2 games apiece for Game 5. And that is a great place that anybody could probably, that's a better place than anybody could have probably imagined or even dare dream about heading into the start of the season. So Avs are looking great, and it's a real strong possibility. So we'll see what happens on Wednesday. I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here. Thank you all for watching. So I will be back for Game 4 on Wednesday. So this has been the Burgundy Rainbow post-game report for Game 3 of the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. For continuing coverage and conversation on the Colorado Avalanche, head to burgundyrainbow.com, join the Burgundy Rainbow Discord, and head to the GDT channel. And as always, stay tuned to burgundyrainbow.com for continuing coverage and conversation on the Colorado Avalanche as they continue their battle against the Nashville Predators to advance to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. I am Vlad. Thank you all for watching, and until Wednesday, let's go Avs.